Recognizing the biases, the most common emotion is the desire for pleasure and the avoidance of pain. This pleasure principle in thinking is the source of all our mental biases. Confirmation bias, going in search of evidence to support your point of view and turning a blind eye to anything that discomforts you held be- discomforts your held belief. Finding evidence that confirms what we want to believe is confirmation bias. Counteract this by also placing devil's advocate and finding opposing views. Praying devil's advocate. Conviction bias. How can this idea be wrong if I can have so much energy to defend it? You may even have doubts about the truth on this belief, but now you have to dig a hole where you feel the need to defend the idea and convince yourself that it is true. Appearance bias, the halo effect. If someone appears to have a positive quality, we tend to attribute other positive qualities to that person without any evidence. Likewise, for negative qualities, appearances are misleading. The group bias. We love and are relieved when we find other people who think the same way that we do. Isolation and disparity from the group makes us depressed. Groupthink is when people take up ideas solely because they bring us comfort and a sense of belonging to the group. The blame bias. Our initiate response is to blame others. It is more painful to look in the mirror and omit our mistake. Superiority bias. Superiority bias says that we all like to think of ourselves as likable, ethical, and rational. But this cannot actually be true because if it were true, we would all have world peace, and that just isn't the case. The books, the Human Nature books, argues one central idea. Humans are not rational. Humans, we believe we are logical, but we are driven by our unconscious emotional biases. If you can see these biases in yourself first and then in others, you gain emotional control, strategic advantage, better decision making, immunity from manipulation. No one can manipulate you. Core human biases. Emotional bias. Emotion over reason. What is it? People think emotions help them decide, but emotion decides first, and the logic comes later as justification. Example: you dislike someone, you find reasons to criticize them. Danger of emotional bias is that anger, envy, fear hijack judgment. Antidote is pause, Delay decisions when emotional. Confirmation bias. What is it? We look only for information that confirms what we already believe. Example: if you believe someone is bad, every action becomes proof. Danger: you become blind to reality. Antidote: actively search for evidence that disproves your belief. 3. Self serving bias. What is this? We credit success to ourselves and blame failure on extreme external factors. Example: I won because I'm smart. I failed because the system is unfair. Danger: no growth, no accountability. Antidote: assume responsibility first. Ego bias. Fourth, ego bias, self importance. What it is? People exaggerate their importance, intelligence, and morality. Example: most people believe they are above average. Danger: overconfidence. Overconfidence leads to disaster. Antidote: regular criticism. Like Julius Caesar had a slave who was every day constantly telling him in the ear, you are mortal, Julius. You are mortal, you are mortal. You are not immortal. You are going to die. In group bias 5, what it is? We favor people who are like us and distrust others. Example: nationality, religion, profession, ideology. Danger: irrational loyalty and blind hatred. Antidote: judge individuals, not groups. 6. Envy bias. What it is? People feel pain at others' success and people feel pain at others' success and hide it behind moral language. Example: they are overrated, they got lucky. Hit danger, hidden sabotage. Antidote: notice passive aggression and disguised criticism. Authority bias. What it is? People trust authority figures without questioning them. Like when you see ads of Colgate's, doctors suggesting Colgate's like this. People trust authority figures without questioning them. Example: believing something because an expert said it. Danger: manipulation by leaders. Antidote: evaluate logic, not status. 8. Status quo bias. What it is? People prefer familiar pain over unfamiliar improvement. Example: staying in bad jobs, bad relationships. Danger: stagnation. Antidote: deliberate discomfort. Narrative bias. What it is? We prefer simple stories over complex truths. Example: villain hero thinking. Danger: oversimplified reality. Antidote: accept ambiguity. 10. Projection bias. What it is? We project our flaws into others. Danger: false judgments. Projection bias. What it is? We project our flaws into others. Example: a dishonest person suspects everyone. Danger: false judgments. Antidote: look inward when judging outward. The most dangerous bias, Green empathizes this, is the illusion of self awareness. People believe they know themselves, but they don't. This makes them easy to manipulate, emotionally reactive, predictable. Solution is relentless self observation. This book's core strategy is observe yourself without excuse, master emotional control, decode others' hidden motives, act strategically, not emotionally. Humans are emotional, not rational. Biases are unconscious. Self awareness equals power. Emotional mastery equals freedom. Okay?